So YouTube actually takes the longest. Hey, Drum Noisy. Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Huei-Yuan here. Today is November 26th. It's Sunday. It's just before 2 o'clock here in Los Angeles, California. If you're finding me for the first time, my name is Huei-Yuan. I'm a professional musician from Los Angeles. And today we're doing a preview of the Cyber Monday sales that are happening tomorrow. But now these Cyber Monday sales are actually active right now. But what we're going to do is we're going to open one of the packages that are available as part of the MPP Essentials deal. We're going to be opening up a Lot Riot package that I received in the mail earlier this week. And thank you guys so much for coming in. If you're coming in and you're watching this on the replay or even right now, just type in the comments where you're watching from. Say, what's up? Let us know where you're watching from. Hey, guys. Alan, Tanner, Tyler, Drummer Noise. What's up, guys? Peyton, welcome to the room. Eddie, thanks for coming in. Thank you for tapping out those hearts. We can see that this is coming in quick. We're streaming on a couple different platforms right now. We've got Periscope, we've got YouTube, we've got Instagram, we've got Facebook. Everything is firing on all cylinders. Beetle Percussion, welcome to the room. Chris, welcome to the room. Hi, guys. And we're going to be opening up some packages today. So let's get into it. We'll open up the packages, and then if there's some questions, we can answer what's going on. First thing you'll notice about the Lot Riot packages, they did like a little holiday theme here. I haven't had a chance to talk to Matt about it, but my wife said it was a nice touch. See just a little sign right there. It says Lot Riot. Give each camera a shot at this. Little Christmas drummer boy. You know, random fact, you know that the little the drummer boy Christmas song that always comes on? That's like, for the longest time as a kid growing up, that was one of my least favorite Christmas songs. It's like, this is so boring. Hi, now I do like that song though. Kenzie, welcome. Geronimo, welcome. Hi, guys. Oh, cool. This has turned into a little party here. Okay, so package is open. We're coming in here. Let's take a look and see what we've got. Ooh. You know, I think this is the Apple fan in me, but I always pay a lot of attention to how things are packaged. Because, you know, it's part of the whole unboxing experience. You know, when you eat food, you look at what you're eating. When you open a package, look at how it's prepared and sent to you. And I think it's an indicator of the attention and the care that companies put into their products also. So we've got a plastic bag on the outside that's been sealed. Okay, so you know your product won't get wet as it's coming through the mail. It's almost like it's been vacuum sealed. Or maybe it's just been squished out. And we've got item number 1, and we'll be opening each one of these in just a second, guys. If you're hanging out. Hey, guys, if you're just coming in, make sure you type a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. So we can just kind of say, hey, what's up? You know, when we were doing a lot of these live streams on Sunday Lessons, I came to realize that a lot of these streams are also about just the community that comes from people coming into the room together and saying, hey, what's up? And you start to recognize people like Ali Chase, welcome to the room. Nustin, hey, what's up, man? Perez, Angus, good to see you, my friend. OFC, Kenzie. So as the familiar faces and names start coming in, you can start saying hi to each other and just let us know what's up. Okay. Over here, and then we have an invoice of the items that are included. So we've got 2 shirts today. We've got the tuning pattern, medium for me, and the Riot flag long sleeve. And you know, Matt was very kind and sent these out. If you have any questions, please send an email to matt@lotriot.com. All right, I will. So, Matt, if you're catching this in the replay, thank you for sending this out. And let's get started here. Nustin Jelson says, my real name is Justin. Got it. Thank you, Justin. Hi, Andre. Welcome to the room. Hello. Geronimo says, hello from North Carolina. Watching from Tennessee. Chattanooga. Ali Chase. From Birmingham, Alabama. Chris. And Engine Gurky Official, welcome to the room. All right, let's keep moving. So, guys, this is cool. We're getting a nice little crowd between the different platforms right now. Let's see. What is this? There's a Star Trek 6 card in here. I'm sure there's a story behind why that's in the package, but and then of course we got a nice little Lot Riot decal across the platforms. You know, of all the platforms, the one platform that I'm be curious to see if YouTube flips this in post, and if because right now as I'm watching this on Facebook, it's coming out correct. This is backwards on Instagram, I know, which is why traditional grip always looks weird. And I think Periscope flips the image in post also. So, okay. So let's get some comments here, guys. Do you want to see the red tuning key first, or do you want to see the long sleeve Riot flag? If you guys have opinions on which ones you'd like to see first, we'll go with those. Okay, I'm seeing red tuning key, okay, tuning key. Okay, flag, Riot flag, long sleeve, tuning key. Okay, tuning key. Okay, it looks like it's going to the tuning key here, so let's take a look. And with this tuning key shirt, oh, it's like a, this red, it's more like a, almost like a burgundy red. I don't know if this is showing up on your end with the lighting, but it's more of like a burgundy, I would say, more so than like a red. Oh, cool. Geometry. And as you're looking at it, it's called the tuning key pattern because you can see that, when you're tuning a drum, you don't want to just go around the outside. You're moving in this crisscross fashion so that you're applying equal tension around the rims. Although as a side note, after I do the tuning cross key pattern, I usually will go around the outside just a little bit on each lug to get a feel for the tension of the overall drum head. As like a quick last little check around, just to feel. In your hands, you start to get a feel for how if the tension is equal across the drums. But let me check out some of these comments real quick. I've been recovering from a tendon strain that has stunted me from playing, and you've been keeping the fire lit inside me not to give up. Oh, thanks. OFC Moore, I'm glad to hear that. And an important point, this is something my teacher told me when I was younger. I went through like a wrist thing for a little while. So just listen to your body. Don't try to play through the pain or push yourself. If your body's hurting, that's your body telling you that you need to rest and take care of it. So I'm glad that these streams are a way for you to stay connected, OFC. Tanner, I'm watching this while learning match grip. Great. Tanner, we'll see. Match grip is very important. Transfers to everything. Christian, welcome to the room, bud. Okay, so here's the red tuning key shirt. Let's give it a little. Should we give it a little test here? I'm really excited to try this on. As always, the Lot Right shirts feature this tagless backing in here for ultimate comfort. It says 100% cotton, printed in the USA. When it's dirty, clean it. www.lotright.com. I always wear my Lot Right shirts because they're so comfortable. Softer. Oh, nice fit. And to give you guys an idea, I'm usually a medium, guys, and this is a medium fit. And of course, I'm wearing an extra shirt underneath this. But you can see. Oh man, I have to do a little bit of a photo shoot later today. Looks good. Aloha, Christian. What's up, Zachary? Good to see you, bud. All right, so here's item number 1. This is a tuning key shirt. I'm gonna open this window, guys. It's getting a little warm. And this is actually part of the Cyber Monday bundle, one of the MPP Cyber Monday bundles that's happening right now. We've got a special going on at the marchingpercussionplaybook.com website. If you go to marchingpercussionplaybook.com/Cyber Mondays, we're doing a special bundle between Lot Riot, the Marching Percussion Playbook, and Beetle Percussion, a community favorite as well. And what comes in that bundle is a hard copy of the Marching Percussion Playbook. If you're just hearing about this for the first time, this is my marching percussion resource for people who are really serious about, building the foundational items for their marching percussion playing. It's a compilation of all the lessons and most asked questions that I've gotten over 3 seasons of live streaming lessons. So that's many, many hours of private lessons and also answering questions in the direct messages. And I chose 5 topics to talk about. The first one is 4-2-1, which is, it's a framework that I learned really early on when I started marching percussion, and it's a framework that you can apply to everything that you're drumming. And I talk about in the book why it's a powerful tool that you can use to practice. It gives you like a systematic way of practicing, but it applies to everything. And if you use it certain ways, how it'll reveal certain strengths and weaknesses of what you're doing. Then we have timing is everything, which is key. This applies for all musicians, really. for concert percussion, marching percussion, winds, brass, everything. Timing, huge. And then the third volume, one of the questions I get asked most often is about diddle rudiments. You know, how do I work on my paradiddles? How do I break them down? What are the hand breakdowns that you should do? What is a paradiddle? Some people think that there's only know of the paradiddle, but there's actually 4 main diddle rudiments off of our rudiment sheet. Volume 4 is That's How We Roll. These are exercises that teach you how to roll all the way from a buzz roll. Some of you may have seen the Instagram post that I posted last night. A lot of students right now are in the all-state, all-southern, all-California audition mode right now. We're working on our concert snare drum playing, so that requires you to have great buzz rolls. So I start with buzz rolls, and eventually for the marching percussionists out there, move into the double stroke rolls. All the exercises that I use to teach my students those concepts. And then the 5th volume it's all about the inner beats. And this is probably one of the most overlooked and the quickest to separate mature players from beginner players. As soon as you see a beginner player or a advanced player, you go, I can tell a lot about this person by the way they control their inner beats. So it's all about the inner beats. Anyway, it's 5 volumes, and you know, just over the years from teaching, a lot of these exercises I taught by rote, but now I've written them all down into one book so that if you're interested in checking it out. The hard copies, guys, are only available at limited times because it takes quite a bit of time to package them up. Actually, last night was a late night because we're packaging hard copies to send out for all the pre-orders that went out last week. But these are only available, and this will be the last time that these are available for 2017. And to be honest, I don't know when the next I'm going to open up the cart for these is. And if I do open up, if it'll even be at the current price point. But the hard copies are available right now as part of the bundle. So it's a hard copy. It's this tuning key shirt from Riot, and then it's also a Beetle percussion practice pad. You know, if you're watching on Facebook, I could probably pull all these up. Let me give this a shot here. One of the cool things, and guys, if you haven't found me on Facebook, make sure you pop over to facebook.com/Huei-Yuan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to share this screen with the Facebook folks that are watching right now. And what you'll be able to see is each of these offers. So this is all in one offer right now. There we go, Cyber Monday sale. So it's marchpercussionplaybook.com/Cyber Monday. And you come down here, and there's actually 4 bundles going on, but this is part of bundle 1, which we call the Essentials bundle. So you've got the book, you've got the shirt, and then you'll have a Beetle bus pad, which is their latest product. It's a rectangular board, and basically in total, guys, all this is coming out to be 20% off the regular price. These are the lowest prices you'll see from any of the 3 companies at any time in the year. Everyone's giving their best value because we're celebrating, you know, the holidays. We know it's Cyber Monday. We know Christmas holidays are coming up, so a lot of students are kind of getting their Christmas wish lists together. Parents, maybe you're looking for a gift for your crazy percussion student that's really into percussion. But this might be an option for these 3. Okay, so you've got this Essentials bundle, and then you just click on it, shop now, and then you'll see the options. And of course, you just want to select which size. Again, this is a medium for a reference point if you're curious as to what size that you should be going for. I'm about a medium. Maybe a large if you're super swole. Okay? All right, let's move on, guys. Again, this is linked also in my Instagram profile. So Instagram folks, if you're watching this afterwards and you want to find it, you can just go to marchpercussionplaybook.com/Instagram. Okay, moving on. Next up, we have the Riot long sleeve. This is called the Riot Flag long sleeve. So let's check it out. Again, we have this lovely sleeve. These are cool. So there's a lot. This is comprised of a Riot sticker. I wonder if I can. Oh, if you're careful, you're able to peel it off. So it looks like this. It's a nice touch. I wonder if these are hand cut or if they get them made. Nice. If it looks super barren over here, guys, you're catching this in the middle of, we're kind of redoing this area right now. I've started recording some podcast setup stuff, and to minimize some of the echo that goes on in this room, I'm going to be hanging up some curtains and cloth back here. Ideally, you would get some sound panels to put up here, but I don't have the time to put into putting that together right now. So just as a quick fix for now, we're going to put a little bit of curtains back here, maybe some curtains over here also. But it is nice to open the window when it gets a little warm here. So, okay, here we go. Riot flag shirt. So open this up. Comes like this, very neatly folded. And then, ooh. Check it out. Yes, let me flip this back over on Facebook. Oh, nice. Understated. I mean, and give you guys some context, I usually never wear any shirts. Hi Maria, welcome to the room. I very rarely will wear shirts with logos and insignias and things like that. It's usually like plain black shirt or plain gray shirt or plain white shirt. But you know, if you've seen any of the past content I've put together with Matt, I really enjoy the story behind Riot and behind what Matt has done with the company. And you know, when he invited me to join the Accomplished roster a couple months ago, you know, it was a natural fit because we've been friends for a long time at that point. So what I like about this though is that it's clean. It's a very clean design. You got the Riot logo over here, and there's a flag. And you know, the cool thing about this is if you see somebody in the parking lot from across the way, even if you know, you march different groups. And this is one of the mission stories behind Riot, which is, you know, you see anyone. The story behind Riot transcends any particular group. You know, so you could be someone from Pulse Percussion, and then you're someone else from Mystique, and then you're someone else from Broken City. And so it's cool because everyone just enjoys marching percussion. That's kind of the story behind it. Let me check out some of these conversations that are coming in here. Ali Chase says, love that shirt and definitely love the marching percussion playbook. Thanks, Ali. Thanks for being a supporter too, Ali. All the digital downloads and all, I really appreciate it. Dragon Tamer 237 says, is this a Q&A? Not really, but it could be kind of. We're just doing a live. I got these shirts earlier this week and I just wanted to share the opening of the shirts. But we can take some questions, Dragon Tamer, if you want. Is the MPP playbook geared towards more beginner players, or is it all-inclusive? It's all-inclusive. So to give you guys a hint, this is the book that I teach all of my beginning private lesson students out of. So we start from the very beginning of the book. And, you know, I got this question. I hadn't thought about it, but I got a question from for a teacher the other day. It's like, you know, I want to get one for my students to start working on. Where would you start? I would actually start with volume 5. It's all about the inner beats. Because what happens in the book is it starts with text, and then there's a bunch of text explanation to give you, and there's pictures that tell you how to do what, blah, 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 blah. Additional concepts, and the concept things are the thing. You know, when I was younger, when I first started teaching, for me it was all about, okay, how do I get my students to do this and do this and do this? And as I've gotten more seasoned as a teacher, I realized that it's more about getting them to think and notice and approach their playing in a certain way. And so the explanation stuff is really important. A lot of these explanations are explanations that I just tell students in passing over time. But the part that most of you are probably interested in are the exercises in the back. So it's all about the inner beats, is where you start with legatos, 18, 16 on a hand, 8 or 16 on a hand, dynamics, and you start introducing accent tap, and then we move into some gridding and things like that. But this is a book for beginning percussionists. Again, this is what I use with all my beginning marching percussionists. Hey Maria. And then, you know, I have high school students that are auditioning. They're trying to get into their high school drumline. And then I have professional players that are trying to, you know, like maybe they've got some gaps that they need to fill in. They're going to their WGI camp, or they're going to their DCI camp, and they're starting to notice that there's, you know, the second note of their double stroke rolls is a little bit weaker, especially in that left hand, tends to be lower than the right hand. Like, what exercises should I be playing? Every exercise that I've used in the past to teach students these skill sets, I've notated and explained into one resource. Again, as a teacher, a lot of times you just tell students these things in passing. I also mentioned that, you know, I've been explaining and teaching these for a while now, 15 plus years at this point, and I've found which explanations work well, which ones get really quick results as students. I just say, hey, think of it like this. For example, I've found that when you're teaching students how to transition between triplets and sixteenths, or sixteenths and eighth notes, or any sort of subdivision shift, I tell them to think of it like a light switch. So if you're going like triplets to sixteenths, you go triplet, 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 triplet. It's a light switch as opposed to a volume knob. You don't want it to be triplet, 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 and then you get that morphing between the two subdivisions. And when I say that light switch analogy, students should go, oh, okay, and then they flip that switch as soon as they get to that 16th note subdivision. Works every time. Don't know why. I've just through experimentation figured out that that works. So there's like 100 more of those types of quick analogies / explanations / things that I've just found work through experimentation, just through teaching, all in this one book. So we've got this, we've got the shirt, we've got the bus pad, and it's a good time, guys. Again, that's marchapparentsplaybook.com/Cyber Monday. What's up? The Gridbook series. Mark Perrett. Welcome to the room, bud. Good to see ya. So obviously more. Oh, and I should also mention that obviously this is also a book that is applied towards teachers, you know, and this is kind of like an unexpected side benefit. I didn't realize that's what was going to happen. Originally, I wrote this book for. I guess it makes sense. I wrote this book for me, guys. And Gridbook series, thank you for those hearts. I can see you guys tapping on Instagram. I really appreciate that. I wrote this book originally for me because I wanted something that I could teach out of. Because as a teacher, what happened was every week I would write down the exercises that I'd want the students to play. So I was like transcribing the same exercise in every kid's notebook. At first I was like, oh, I'll have kids keep notebooks. That's what I'll do, right? And so we'd write down things. But I was just writing out the same exercise over and over and over again. It's like, you know what? I need a book that all students have, and I can just say, play this exercise. Play exercise number 4. Drew Tucker in the house. Welcome, bud. Thanks for coming in the room. I need a book that I can say, play exercise number 3A from timing. Hey, this week you're focusing on your buzz rolls because the H we're working out of is a triplet-based buzz roll. You need to work on triplet compound buzz rolls in this section. So you can just tell them exactly what we do. And what we do is we take little sticky pads like this, and I mark them for them in their book where they need to practice. And so it was a tool that I wanted to use with my private students. Now, a side benefit, and then so I said, okay, I'll do this, and then I wrote the book for students and people specifically. I had like kind of like the college age DCI. These are the things that I teach on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and the concepts that I teach through spring training at the DCI level. But let me share this with you guys. Recently, I reached out to some of the people who have supported the Marching Percussion Playbook in past. They've either downloaded a digital copy or a hard copy. And, you know, recently, about a month or so ago, we crossed 100. The first 100 books that were sold, or 100 orders, because some of those were group orders. First 100 books that were sold, and I reached out to them and I said, hey, tell me what do you think? How's the book been working out? Have you been using it? Does it work with your students? Does it work with your own practice? And I sent this probably like a week or so ago, and to the first 100 people who supported and purchased this book. And people have started writing me back. And it's been really tremendous. Okay, I'm getting an email right now saying that the pre-order for tomorrow will be released soon for this book, guys. And quick thing to mention that if you are looking at this hard copy book and the shirt bundle and the Beetle Percussion bus pad, by tonight, if you ordered by tonight, free shipping on all orders for this Essentials bundle number 1. So something, you know, keep in mind. It's usually like $19 or so for shipping, but you get free shipping. But back to the original story, people have started writing me back, and let me just take a second. I'll read one of these testimonials that I just got yesterday. So this is from Matt, who's a teacher, and he wrote back and said, I just want to let you know a little bit about the process on my end. Matt was a supporter of the MPP from the get-go. In fact, Matt, if you're watching this replay, thank you so much, because Matt was the original MPP customer, like literally first MPP product, digital issue coming out of the gate. If you were following along since the very beginning, these were released last year at the end of October, and I released the electronic volumes one at a time as they were being written. And then at the end there was a digital bundle, and then the hard copy came because people were asking for the hard copy. So Matt was customer number 1. He bought the first volume, which is 421, and he bought 3 digital copies, 1 for himself and 2 for his colleagues at his school. And it's like a small gesture, but it was also the gesture that for me was like, oh, hey, you should keep doing this because there are people out there who this might be helpful for. So anyway, Matt wrote me a very lovely note, and I'll read it for you guys now. Matt, I think this is okay if I read this out loud, Matt. If it's not, then tell me. It says, wanted to let you know a little bit about the process on my end. He says, there are several times during sectionals this year when we would be playing exercises or progressions out of the MPP, and several things were evident. It was really striking, first, how much our sound and playing had developed throughout the course of the season. Numerous times, a first-year snare had many earth-shattering revelations using films and the layering pedagogy from the playbook. What was even cooler, that was being able to say, you know, this exercise is the exact sticking we're using in measure 9 of the closer. Direct, apparent ties of the exercise vocabulary to our show content was plentiful. The MPP application is very apparent to my line. They all enjoy working from the books, and many times commented on how valuable they thought our sectional time was, and no doubt due to our use of the MPP. Man, that is crazy. The outcome, percussion scored ones in every single contest this year, unprecedented. Not only that, but at our largest and most important contest, State Marching Band Finals, we earned straight ones from the percussion adjudicator as well as 2 music judges. This year was a tremendous growth year for our line. Our state percussion adjudicator had in previous years awarded us a 3 and a 2. This year, not only did he award us a 1, he messaged me telling me how much he enjoyed our performance, and we are working on grabbing lunch sometime in the future. The learning never stops. It is so stark how your influence has helped our program. A text medium isn't sufficient to convey it appropriately. Thank you 1,000 times over, Matt. Matt, that's like such a nice message. Getting a little choked up just reading it. But you know, when I wrote this book, I didn't know how it was going to be used, but this is an example of, you know, you put the content out to the world and you see how it affects students, and teachers now are using this book in several ways, and so it's been cool to see how this comes out. And yeah, guys, so this is the last run of the hard copies for 2017. If you're interested in checking out one of these bundles, again, you can get the shirt, you can get the book, and the Beetle Percussion bus pad, which is like a rectangular board. On one side it's rubber and one side it's wood. And it's perfect for using if you're sitting down in a seated position and maybe you don't have a practice pad. And you can also slide it. I haven't seen one live yet, but I imagine you can slide it into a backpack very easily as well, because it's that rectangular shape. So, okay, if you have any questions about the Essentials Bundle, which again is at marchingpercussion.com/Cyber Monday, the pre-order for these they're live right now. We're getting a head start for tomorrow, and they'll be available through tomorrow night at midnight. And then this little trio bundle goes away. Now, as an added bonus, if you order tonight by midnight, you get free shipping on the 3 items. The 3 companies will send you the products. They're getting drop shipped from 3 different locations to your place. But also, we're throwing in a free, I'll throw in a free, let's see, I should throw in something. How about, okay, tell you what, if you pre-order the Essentials Bundle today, I'll throw in a free copy of my live lesson pack trio, which is 30 PDF lessons from my 3 seasons of live streaming lessons. Each one is linked to a video lesson that's anywhere from 45 to 60 minutes long, but it's 30 individual rudimental drumming lessons. There's a season 1, there's a season 2, and as part of this live lesson pack series, I've just released season 3, which happened like before summer this year, and season 4 is getting ready to get fired back up after the new year. But what I've done is I've revised and edited each of those seasons, and I've put them out as new live lesson packs. And for the first time, I'm putting out the trio pack. So you can get all 3 in one bundle, live lesson pack, trio. So I'll tell you what, guys, if you order the Essentials Bundle between now and midnight tonight, I will throw in a digital copy of the live lesson trio, and you can check those out. Again, those are linked, so it's like video lessons and PDFs. And you'll have a book that helps you build the foundation for all the elements or lessons that are being described in those lessons. And you'll have a sweet t-shirt, and then you'll have a pad that you can play it on. Okay? That's it, guys. Maria says, I'm totally interested. My kids need something new to work on. Awesome. So, Maria, for educators, Marching Percussion Playbook. And there's also a group order function, too, for the teachers. I know I haven't talked to anyone about group orders this past time around, but at the end of the summer when we did our group orders, did 4 school group orders, which was tremendous. You know, we have schools now that are using this as their main, like almost like a textbook that they're having everyone play out of. And this is something that'll carry them, you know, if you're thinking like, is this going to work? This is something that will carry them through 6th grade all the way through 12th grade. Now, you'll have to facilitate it with other resources as well. But in terms of your basic concert percussion, for snare drumming, and all these concepts actually transfer to, remember, some of you that have been following on Instagram, you've seen me posting more keyboard videos and concert snare drum videos, because that's just kind of the season we're in. We're in concert band mode right now with the middle school students, but this is a book that'll carry them through middle school, through high school, and several students in college have been working on the book as well to help prepare for WGI and DCI auditions. Drum Noise says, being connected to an online community of instructors was an important element. Thank you. You're welcome, Drum Noise, then. Thank you for your comment. Tanner Woosley says, stick recommendations. My go-to stick is the FSBK. Innovative Percussion FSBK. Although I've been wanting to check out a couple other kinds of sticks as well. The FSPR, the Renix, and there's another stick. I've played with the Mike Macintoshes too, which are great also. We used those when I was watching the BKs and the Mike Macintoshes. Drumline says, I used some of the concepts from MP Playbook with my drumline in Pennsylvania. We had our best year in the 4 years since I've been the instructor. Whoa! There were many factors that went into our success. Absolutely, I'm sure. And just the combination of how you're using them. And guys, the MPP is not the end-all, be-all. Like, if you use this book, your line will be amazing. Please don't misinterpret what I'm saying with this. The MPP is a resource that is easily accessible, and it's written in 5 targeted volumes. So one thing to mention is it's not, most books are like, hey, you start from page 1 and you read and work your way through page 152, and then by the end you'll be able to do A, B, C, and D. The book isn't structured this way. It's 5 separate volumes that I've compiled together, and each volume is targeting a specific skill set, right? And there are times now where, one question I guess all the time is they say, Huei, how do I work on building chops? And then I explain to them, well, there are different kinds of chops, and the way you build on them are different. And then I show them this one page out of the book, right here, building chops. And this section, when you read through it, explains how you build chops. And this is something that I figured out as a student when I was trying to learn how to build chops. And this is how I've helped my students plan and organize their practice to help them build chops. And so there's an explanation in a chart. So you're showing them the process, and for teachers what happens is you give your students this tool, and I'm always thinking about this from a teacher's perspective, is how do I give the students the runway so that if they want to take off and run faster and further than maybe the pacing of the class, they have the resource to do that. So students, you get the book, and if you're hungry and you want to read through the content and play through the exercises, each exercise has recommended tempo marking. So one thing I learned later on as a teacher is that, as a player, I'm like, oh, 8s, and I just start playing at tempos, and you turn the metronome on. But for some students, they have no idea what tempo. Should they start like this slow? Should they start this fast? I mean, they have no idea. So I wrote out specific tempos for students to start maybe experimenting. And then what I can do as a teacher, as a tool, is I can say, okay, this week we're focusing on these 3, and I'll circle them, or I'll write them in their notebook. But having that information written to the book, again, this is just a tool. How you use the tool is what's going to determine if it gets better or worse. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys for coming to the room. If there are no other questions, it's 2:30 now. We're about to jump on for our live office hours for the Audition Founders Group, which is my first online course that started a little over a month ago now, and it's for students that are in the process of auditioning for WGI and DCI. We've had 2 students that have received contracts for WGI groups already. We have a couple more students that are getting ready to attend their DCI auditions. Just received a message from one of our members, Kira. She attended an audition this weekend, and she got a call back, so we'll probably go in and we'll talk about that during the Audition Founders meeting. And what this group is for, it's for people who are taking these types of auditions, and they want a little more insight as to like what to expect and how to prepare. As someone who went through the process, the whole time I was like, I don't know what's happening next. And so having gone through that process, and then now I teach a lot of people and help prepare a lot of students for this process, I've broken it down into this very sequential formula. It's 3 modules: what you do before the auditions, during the auditions, and then after camp, in between the auditions. Those 3 modules. And in our founders group, I just answer questions and help students with that. And so if you're interested about that, that's also on my website, Huei-Yuan.com. So hey guys, this is my first quadruple stream. Let me know how you thought it went. If you have any questions for me, this is on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Periscope. I want to thank you guys so much for watching today. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing to each of those platforms. I'm making a really consistent effort to put out content consistently on each of those platforms. So if you enjoyed today's stream, if you enjoyed this information, send me a direct message. Follow, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And I'll do my best to create content that is useful for you guys. Okay? That's it, guys. We're on later today at 5 for an unboxing and of some technology stuff that I've gotten. I'm going to work on building out the studio here for a little bit. We've got some lighting that's coming up, some cloth over here, and some more mounts and such. And yeah, that's it. Check it out, marchingprogressplaybook.com/Cyber Monday. Free shipping until midnight tonight. And thanks again for watching. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Have a good afternoon and a great weekend. And talk to you later. Bye.